Yeah, just a lot of punching down, practicing, hitting below my knees, and a lot of speed.
He warming up.
We're
now.
sparring.
That's what we need.
Truthfully, I just feel like our generation got to step up and start really like.
If I find out anything, I'm gonna beat your ass and I'm gonna beat Jaden Love.
When a legend like Oscar De La Hoya points at the new star of this generation, Gervonta Tank Davis, it's bigger than hype. It's a challenge across eras. De La Hoya isn't just talking about a fight. He's daring Tank to prove his claim as the face of boxing by chasing history. The Golden Boy has thrown down the gauntlet, break his legendary record of 5 title fights in a single year. This isn't just a call-out, it's a test of legacy. And now the question is whether Tank will rise to answer it.
This is a dangerous fight for Jake. Gervonta's technical expertise, his speed, his precision, the fact that he's a counter striker are dangerous facts that make me think that Jake's really got to lock in for this one. On the contrary, if Gervonta feels a couple big Jake Paul shots, it's going to be detrimental.
I think this is going to be one of those ones that gets a real good racial split. I think it's going to be some real black versus white shit, dude.
Hey! Jake's scared, man.
Unboxing.
I saw it in Jake's face. Jake's scared, bro.
Say Center in Miami, Florida.
More importantly, Tank saw it. Gervonta is an animal for real.
I gotta ask you, Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis. Does Davis have a chance?
Gervonta is a great boxer, but he ain't gonna do Jake Paul.
So you got Jake Paul by knockout, or?
No, I don't got anybody, but I don't think
he's just too small.
It's just I don't want to beat up somebody that small. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying?
What do you think of the fight?
I don't want to lose to somebody that. There's no point in the fight. It's a great fight, actually.
You think
I'm
it's
not
a good
hating
fight?
on the fight, but my thoughts on it is let's watch and see what happens.
Oscar De La Hoya isn't about to let his records fade into history. He's gone public with a challenge to Gervonta Tank Davis, break his personal milestone, 5 world title fights within a single year.
And that's what it takes. Keep him busy. Tank Davis is not the face of boxing because he doesn't fight often. He fights once a year. And he's probably one of the best talents in the world. I love Tank Davis. I love watching him fight. I love when he goes in the ring and just demonstrates power and speed and he doesn't give a shit. I love that. But he has to fight more often. We want to see Tank fight 3-4 times a year. Tank Davis, I dare you to break my record. 5 world title fights in 1 year.
What do you think of Jake Paul, Gervonta Davis? I know on Instagram you called it a circus.
Yeah, this is boxing is slowly turning into the WWE. That's what I think.
Does Tank Davis have a chance?
Yes, but
yeah?
I don't even want to talk about it. Don't ask me questions like that again.
In today's boxing landscape, where elite fighters often step into the ring only once or twice a year, Oscar De La Hoya's demand sounds almost insane. It's more than a challenge, it's a provocation, designed to test the heart and hunger of the modern champion. De La Hoya cast it as a call to return to the golden age of boxing, a time when the best fought each other regularly without hesitation or excuses. But to grasp the true weight of this dare, you have to rewind the clock to the year when the Golden Boy himself carved that record into history. A year that set a standard so fierce it still feels untouchable today.
I wouldn't have loved to fight Pacquiao again because he kicked my ass. But yeah, there were many fighters out there who I would have loved to fight 2 or 3 times.
You know what? So you had enough of Pacquiao is what you're saying.
Oh, trust me. Right when I walked into the ring, I had enough of Pacquiao.
You thought that when you got in the ring?
Oh, well, Rich, this documentary, my gosh, it's sad too at the end because it shows the whole Pacquiao situation. I was getting beat up in training camp when preparing for Pacquiao. So I knew that was the end already for me because Pacquiao was just coming up.
Yeah.
Pacquiao was like the star in the making. But what really screwed up my whole training for that fight was I started drinking heavy during training camp and nobody knew. Oh yeah. I mean, it gets, so I was literally a dead man.
The year was 1997, and Oscar De La Hoya wasn't just a fighter, he was a phenomenon. That year, he embarked on a campaign now etched into boxing history. It began with a clash against the defensive wizard Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker, Many predicted De La Hoya would fall short. Instead, he rose to the occasion, walking away with the title. But he didn't stop there. He defended his crown against the hungry contender David Kamau, then faced the flamboyant legend Hector Macho Camacho, and followed it up with a grueling battle against Wilfredo Rivera. Each opponent brought a different style, a different danger, a different test. Yet fight after fight, De La Hoya proved himself. A champion who carried himself like one, taking on all challengers without hesitation. This historic run didn't just add to his resume. It cemented his legacy.
Paul versus Tank Davis, they just announced the fight. What's your instant reaction to that?
I don't know what's going to happen with a 135-pounder going up against a 200-pounder. I think it's not a real fight. Jake just too big. Tank ain't gonna be able to get in from that jab. Jake land one good punch on Tank, it's over with.
If you do fight, what weight would it be at?
195.
Oh, wow. So he would go all the way from 40 to 95?
Yeah, I mean, it would be an exhibition.
Okay. So what does that mean? Is that 3-minute rounds?
Yeah, 10 3-minute rounds.
Jake Paul, you say you want to be a world champion. You say you want to take this sport serious. Then take it serious. This is not a popularity contest. I'm actually praising Jake Paul here to take this serious because I really truly feel if he fights the right fights and takes the right path to that world title, he can actually get there. I'm not sure because it's up to him if he can win it, but he can get there. But he's not.
But De La Hoya's challenge, conveniently, ignores the brutal reality of the boxing landscape Gervonta Tank Davis faces in late 2025. This isn't just about a fighter's willingness to stay active. It's about survival in a division swarming with undefeated sharks. There's Shakur Stevenson, the masterful technician whose precision can smother even the most explosive puncher. There's Devin Haney, the undisputed champion whose discipline and control make him a nightmare to dethrone. And lingering in the shadows is Vasily Lomachenko, the ghost of a once dominant genius still capable of haunting anyone who dares underestimate him. For Tank, every step forward isn't just another title defense, it's a high-stakes gamble against the very best of this generation.
That video of you and Devin Haney sparring, people were going crazy over it. He was just a teen when that happened. How do you feel like his boxing skills have improved since?
I think he was best on his game when he was that age. I think he was like 17. I wasn't that much older than him. I think we probably like 3 years older, apart. But I feel as though he slowed down. All that partying and drinking and stuff slowed him down.
Thank you so much.
Floyd, when you think about the fighters who are fighting now, can you give me your 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 when it comes to the lightweight? Who you would put where?
As of right now, the two guys, the biggest puncher, I feel at the 135 would probably be Gervonta Tank Davis. But the most skillful fighter at 135 would be hands down Shakur Stevens.
You know Vasily Lomachenko, the boxer? Yeah. His dad made him do Ukrainian dance for 2 years. Made him stop boxing. And now if you watch him fight, his footwork is insane. Like he's standing in front of a guy and then he'll like switch and throw a jab and circle off to his left and catch him again and circle off to his right. The guy does not know where the fuck he is.
Getting a contract signed with just one of these rivals can take an entire year of political maneuvering and network warfare. Every potential matchup is entangled in promotional rivalries, broadcast rights, and ego-driven negotiations. De La Hoya's demand isn't just a challenge, it's a fantasy. What he calls for belongs to an era that no longer exists. Today, boxing is less about activity and more about leverage. Fighters don't just battle in the ring. They battle in boardrooms, across networks, and within the tangled web of promoters and managers. The business has fundamentally changed, and with it, the pace of greatness has slowed.
Truthfully, I just feel like our generation got to step up and start really like doing their homework.
But don't you believe that when it's all said and done, they will be able to respect it?
For sure. Because what they really respect is.
Yeah.
That's what they like. I disagree with that logic too. Like, I'm just like a different type of person to where I understand like boxing is a sport. So guys gonna go in there and they gonna lose. And I know I was just popping a lot of shit about being undefeated earlier. So they gonna come back and try to talk about that. But I'm like being for real on this. Boxing, one guy has to lose. And when you go against the best, and you are the best too, but somebody was just a little bit better, you gonna lose. So it comes with the sport. All the greats have losses. Sugar Ray Leonard, Roberto Duran, Tommy Hearns. They was in the era where everybody fought everybody, so everybody had losses. So truthfully, I don't think boxing should be a way where guys just hang on to this fucking undefeated logic that has to fucking keep going, and everybody only likes the undefeated fighters.
Champions don't fight 5 times a year anymore, not because they're softer, but because the business has changed. In Oscar's day, HBO paid fighters to stay active. Today, pay-per-view and streaming deals reward fewer fights, but bigger spectacles.
When two personalities come into the ring together and create the perfect storm. And that's exactly what they're gonna do on April 22nd, is create the perfect storm. And yeah, a lot of guys obviously know I'm with my guy, you know? And this is the reason why we're gonna bring back those glory days, those big pay-per-view glory days, because of this guy right here, Ryan Garcia. So April 22nd, these two guys here are gonna battle it out. They're gonna fight, and I can't do any talking whatsoever because I'm not gonna fight for them, and they gotta do the job themselves. But that's the beauty. They wanted this fight. Nobody else. Ryan Garcia wanted this fight years ago, and now it's here, April 22nd. So
chilling, ready for the big fight, and it's on. Everybody made weight, but you know what's crazy is that the weight was never ever an issue. Ryan Garcia made it with no problem, but it goes to show you the character of Gervonta's team. No confidence whatsoever. Think about it. You got to put all these clauses and this and that and rehydration clause, and to make sure that Ryan doesn't, gain a single ounce after certain pounds. Like, come on, guys, no confidence whatsoever.
But, I was too weak. I knew I was going to lose in the back room. I had no power. I had no mind. I was dehydrated. It was really bad. I should actually die cutting that weight. I should have. But God protected me because I was blistering out of my mouth. I had no spit. It hurt every day to make that weight. I shook. I was shaking in the bed like shit was crazy.
You ever think about the tank fight, or is that just in the past?
I mean, what can I do? I did everything I could to try to propel boxing forward. That shit was boring. I took a rehydration clause where you can't gain more than 10 pounds after the weight. I literally, I stepped into the ring with a separated rib, and this is not an excuse, but I was severely dehydrated, so anything I got touched with affected me in the ring when I was sparring. It is what it is, but I still said to myself, I already committed to this. I said I'm gonna do it, and that's what I'm gonna do.